On September 3rd, 2025, China marked the 80th anniversary of its victory in the Second Sino-Japanese War with a grand military parade in Beijing. This event was far more than a historical commemoration. It was a carefully choreographed spectacle designed to project a clear message of power, technological advancement, and a new world order. With thousands of troops, advanced weaponry, and a notable guest list, the parade served as a defining moment in contemporary geopolitics, signaling a shift in global power dynamics and a consolidation of non-Western alliances. The sheer scale of the parade was a potent symbol of China's rise. It showcased a breathtaking array of new military hardware, much of which was on public display for the first time. The new DF-17 hypersonic missile, capable of evading existing missile defense systems, was a clear demonstration of a capability that challenges the United States' long-held military superiority. Other notable debuts included advanced underwater drones, anti-ship missiles, and what analysts believe to be a prototype for a laser-based air defense system. These weapons, all domestically produced, underscore China's push for military self-sufficiency and its ambition to dominate key technological frontiers. Reasons and consequences. The motivations behind the parade are multifaceted, aimed at both a domestic and international audience. Domestically, the event served to reinforce the legitimacy of the Chinese Communist Party by connecting its current strength to the historical narrative of overcoming a century of humiliation. It instilled a sense of national pride and unity at a time of economic challenges and heightened trade tensions with the U.S. By portraying itself as a key victor of World War II, a role it argues has been underestimated by the West, China is solidifying its position on the world stage. On the international front, the parade was a stark display of deterrence and diplomatic alignment. The presence of Russian President Vladimir Putin, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian was arguably the most significant aspect of the event. While Western leaders largely stayed away, this grouping of nations, dubbed the Axis of Upheaval by some analysts, signaled a strengthening of an anti-Western bloc united by a shared mistrust of the US-led global order. The parade was a statement that China is not isolated and that it has powerful, willing partners to challenge the current international system. The message to the United States and its allies, particularly Taiwan, was unambiguous. China has the military means to protect its interests and deter external interference. The consequences of this display are significant and far-reaching. It has undoubtedly escalated regional tensions, particularly in the Indo-Pacific. For Taiwan, the parade's overt display of military power, including systems directly relevant to a potential naval conflict, was a clear message that resistance is futile. It also forces countries in the region, such as Japan and Australia, to reevaluate their defense strategies and deepen their security partnerships with the US. Globally, it reinforces the perception of a new Cold War dynamic, one where geopolitical competition is increasingly defined by two rival camps. The event has also solidified the narrative of a multipolar world, with China positioning itself as the leader of a coalition that seeks to reshape global governance. Prediction and solutions. Looking ahead, the parade's implications will continue to unfold. The Axis of Upheaval will likely become a more formalized and coordinated bloc, pooling resources and diplomatic influence to counter Western actions. We can expect to see an acceleration of military modernization across this group, as well as a more assertive stance on issues from trade to territorial disputes. For the United States and its allies, this event underscores the need for a recalibrated strategy that goes beyond military deterrence. Navigating this new reality requires a multi-pronged approach. First, Western nations must strengthen their own alliances and military capabilities, not to engage in an arms race, but to maintain a credible deterrent that prevents miscalculation. This includes enhancing military cooperation in the Pacific and investing in emerging technologies to counter the advancements showcased by China. Second, a robust diplomatic solution is essential. This means opening new channels of communication with Beijing to manage competition and de-escalate potential conflicts, while also engaging with nations in the global south to offer a compelling alternative to the Chinese-led model. The goal should be to find areas of common ground on global issues like climate change and pandemic preparedness, while holding firm on principles of international law and human rights. Finally, economic interdependence remains a powerful tool. While the US and its allies are engaged in de-risking their supply chains from China, a complete decoupling is impractical and undesirable. Maintaining selective economic engagement, particularly in non-strategic sectors, can create shared interests that act as a stabilizing force. The parade was a declaration of strength and intent, but it is through smart diplomacy, strategic military planning, and nuanced economic policy that a path toward a more stable, albeit multipolar future